Hey guys, it's Tuber, and today I'm going to teach you to solve a clock. So a clock might seem really hard how to solve, but it's actually really easy to solve. It's like, I don't know, it's really like, maybe because like you have to like turn all those pins and it's like nothing like a Rubik's Cube because it doesn't look like one. But it actually is really similar to a 3x3 and it's really easy, just like a 2x2. So basically what we have to do to solve it is matching all these dials to the number 12 on both sides. So as you can see, these on both sides are matching the 12. Basically, there are notations. It's just like a 3x3. There is U, there's an R, there's a D, and there's an L. But there's also extra notations where it's like DR, UL, UR. It's like that. Okay, so now that when we're scrambling, I'm just gonna start scrambling, and now I'm gonna start teaching. Okay, now that we officially scrambled on both sides, because they're all not matching 12, we're just gonna start like a regular 3x3. Its first step is we're gonna make a cross just like a 3x3. So on a 3x3, you're just trying to make a white cross like this, right? So we're gonna do the same thing with clock. So we're gonna make a cross on both sides. So first step of making cross is make sure we have to have these all match 12, and that's what the cross is. So we're not gonna have the cross all facing this direction or on the bottom. Make sure it's all facing on the 12 when we're making the cross. Like the finished cross is going to be all facing 12. So first step is, we're kind of lucky because these two are already paired matched together. And if you don't have those matched together, well, we're just going to control these two and we're just going to match them with one of the cross pieces. So let's look at this one over here. This one is matching on this little dial right here. So we're going to move this one up because you know how this one only controls these four? It's not going to touch this one at all. So we're not going to move this one over here because this one's going to move all of them together, because if I move them like that, right, it's also going to control that. But we don't want the one that we want to like match to move. So instead, we're going to use this one because this one is not matching. This one's not going to affect this piece. So when we turn this over here to match it over here, this is going to match. These are going to match. I guess we're kind of lucky because we already have this one, so I'll just like re-scramble something. I'll just do it again. So first we're going to try to match the center one with one of them, and we're going to match it with this one. So these two pins are not going to affect this one, because if I move this one, it's going to affect this one, and if I move this one, it's going to affect this one. So we're going to move these two, one of these two. We're going to use one of them, or we can move both of them, but no one really does that. So we're just going to move one of them. So let's choose, I don't know, we can use this one. So we're going to match it with this one over here. So move this up. Oh my god, why is my scramble so lucky again? Okay, good, now that they're matching. So we're just trying to match this one over here. So this one doesn't affect this one. So we're going to match it over here to this dial. Now these two are paired together, so that's good. Now we're going to go to the next one, one of these three. And I'll just choose this one over here. So we're just going to move the top one, this one over here, because we're going to hold these two over here. These two. Because this one moves these two, while it doesn't affect this one. Well, this one does not work because it only works on one of them, while if you're going to turn it, it's going to like not affect this one, and you want to affect this one because like they're both matching. And if you just turn this one's not going to move at all, and you can't match all three of them together. So we're just going to move this one over here. So put this up because it's going to affect these two, while we're going to match with this one. So we're just going to match this with the 12. So now these three are matching together, and now they're forming a cross. So next step is we're going to match this cross with this one. So which one affects these three? Well, this one doesn't work because it's only going to affect these two, and it's not going to bring this one together. So we're just going to bring this one up, and we're going to match it with this one. So now these are matching. Now they're all facing downwards. And now what we're going to do is we're going to match this one. But if we just move one of them, it's going to affect this one, but it's also not going to bring this one. So what do we do? Well, we're going to bring both of them together, because like this whole two of them controls 6 of them. So if I control 6 of them, these 4 will also move together. So I can move this to match this. So Now, as you can see, the cross is done, but we're not actually done because we need to match all of these to the 12. So remember how I said if you move all of the pins up, right? And you move them all at once, they can all move. Everything over here will move. So after they're lined up, we're going to move all of the pins up and we're going to align it with the 12. So now we finish the cross. Now, next step is we're going to go on to we're just going to flip it over. As you can see, this one is not finished, but we have a kind of lucky start. Okay, so as you can see, this one is finished, but this one's not finished. But we don't have to worry about this one while we're solving this because whatever we're doing over here doesn't affect the bottom when we're doing the cross. So basically, so now we're just going to move all of this to match this one, I guess. So remember how all the pins are up, so we're going to move them all down. And then we're going to move this one over here. So now this one is going to affect this one over here. So this one, we're all going to move these three because we're trying to match over here. So we're going to move this one down like this. So now these four are matching. Remember what we did before? If we want to move all of these together, we're going to move both of the pins up like this. And now we're going to match it with this one. Like this. So now they're all matching together. We can move all of them together and we're going to move them all to the 12. And make sure you don't worry about the bottom one because if you just finish this, the bottom one won't be messed up and it'll still be a cross. So now we did both sides on the cross. So I can see, I told you it's really simple. And now we're just going to try to orient the corner. Orienting corners are really simple. It's just put all the pins down and we're just, remember how I said putting these three up? Well, I don't think I mentioned that, but I think I did. Putting these three up turns all of them except for this one that's not, the pin's not up. So this corner won't be affected, but these these 8 will be affected. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this one. We're trying to match this cross. It's like how we used to match one of these with the rest of the cross, but instead we're going to match the cross with the center, the corner pieces. So we're going to put this pin up while this matches this one. So we know that this face is over here, so we're just going to turn this. Make sure we're not turning this one over here because this one only affects this. And when you're turning this, it's going to also affect the back side like this. Like if I turn this, it's also going to affect the back side and it's going to make the cross ruined on the back side. So even though this seems correct like this, you're only moving this and it's going to be matched together. Don't do that. You have to move the whole cross with this. Like you have to move the cross to this. Don't because if we move the cross to this, it's not going to affect the back of the cross. So now as you can see, all of these are matched. And when you're solving a cross, when you're solving a clock, there's no algorithms needed, so that's good. So all of these are matching. And now what do we do? Okay, so now we're just gonna, so now we know that this is, these are all matched. So we're gonna bring all of the pins down and we're gonna move this one, this one, this one up. So we have 3 up like this. And now we're gonna match all this cross plus this to this one over here. So we're just gonna go by order, I guess, like that. So now we're gonna move all of this. Make sure this pin is down so it doesn't affect this at all. Now after we do that, we're gonna have all of them matching down. It doesn't have to be down, but like it's gonna match somewhere while they're all matching together. So they're all facing the same direction. Now we need to go to this one over here. So put all the pins down. Now we're gonna wanna match everything to this one over here, right? So make sure we're not gonna put the pin right next to it. We're gonna put these 3, but not this one. Now we're gonna turn it all to the 12 because this one matches the 12 originally. Now we're gonna put all the pins down, and now we're gonna do the same thing with this one. So we're gonna put all these 3 pins up and not affecting this one. And now we're gonna face them all down. Okay, now we're done that. Now we've done that. You see the back side is not really done at all, but it doesn't really matter. So first you need to, even though the back side is not done, because this one is not matching the 12. So we have to remember how we did. We have to put all of them matching the 12, right? So if we put all of them matching the 12, if you look at the back side, voila, they're both solved. So when you're solving the corner, you only need to solve one side while the end will automatically finish. And that's how you solve a clock. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.